Larry and Julio stared at the monitor.
Something's moving down there. Don't tell me you didn't see it. I know you've seen it.
Why don't we move this stuff inside?
The two men grabbed up the remote camera gear and headed for the job trailer. Larry wasn't surprised to find something unexpected so deep in the ground. They were exploring an uncharted region of the planet. No one else in history had dug this deep. An average oil well stopped digging after reaching roughly 1 mile below the surface. The old conventional drills were limited by deep layers of hot plastic rock that would bind moving drill bits. The new fracturing engines didn't drill. They cracked the ground. A pilot hole was dug, then filled with volatile chemicals, and ignited. This detonation created cracks, and some of those fissures led farther down. More of the explosive cocktail was poured into these new fractures, and kaboom! And kaboom! This is what Larry's crew had been doing for weeks now, cracking and probing and fracturing their way deeper and deeper and deeper into the planet's shell. In 1970, the Soviets managed to drill a hole more than 7.5 miles below the surface of the Earth. It was a world record that stood for more than 50 years. But today, using the newest technology, the proud crew of DF-182 had ventured 23 miles beneath the topsoil. Recently, Larry's crew had discovered a new natural gas reservoir, and the project had been deemed a grand financial success by Larry's supervisors at the State of Energy. Treasure in hand, his bosses were eager to push the exploration. The crew had been directed to aim for the Mohorovičić discontinuity, the point where the Earth's crust stopped and the potential gold mine of untapped resources began. The boys of DF-182 were fired up. Extra work was always welcome, and there was a handsome bonus for the first crew to reach the new stratum. With thousands of deep frac engines all over the globe participating in this race, now wasn't the time to shut down the machine for an unidentified object. Whatever was down there, some 20+ miles beneath their feet, it would have to get out of the way or suffer the blasting. Larry and Julio set up the observation equipment inside the job trailer. There it is again!
What the hell is that?
Might be a deposit of onyx.
Onyx doesn't breathe. Look at the way it's expanding and contracting.
Could be it's breathing, or it could be it's a rock getting shook by the explosions.
Is there a microphone on that camera?
Shouldn't be.
But you hear that, right?
I'm gonna crawl the camera a little closer. Let's get a look at this thing. Well, shit. I guess it ain't a rock.
At that moment, the ground began to shake.
Shut it down!
Look at the lights surrounding the screaming engine. Work lights on guide wires bounced and flickered, drifting lower and lower.
It's a sinkhole. Can't go over there. I need to call energy. They need to bring a crane out here.
Shit, up there. The blinking red light atop the great deep frac engine waved in the night sky before zigzagging down at a speed that left behind a glowing tracer. Larry and Julio stood awestruck. The crew, the rig, the entire site was gone, devoured by the black ground. In the quiet that followed, Larry heard a soft hissing sound, like sand falling through an hourglass.
Julio, run!
The two men staggered and tripped as the ground dissolved beneath their feet.